If you're an NCIS fan, then you definitely know who Gibbs is. Mark Harmon plays Leroy Jethro Gibbs, a fictitious character from the CBS television series NCIS. He's a former U.S. Marine Corps scout sniper turned Naval Criminal Investigative Service special agent who leads a squad. Gibbs is the team's best marksman and has the greatest experience dealing with tense situations. However, this doesn't mean he hasn't had some pretty bad moments throughout his time on the show. Stick around to find out some of Gibbs' worst moments from NCIS Season 12. Season 12, Episode 1, 20 Clicks. First up on our list, Season 12, Episode 1. In this episode, we see Gibbs and McGee travel to Russia to assist a threatened NCIS systems administrator, Iman Nazimzadeh's Kevin Hussein, in escaping to safety. The NCIS team's role in the takedown and killing of Mossad officer turned terrorist Ari Hasvari in Season 3 drives Hasvari's half-brother, fellow terrorist, and Russian mercenary Sergei Mishnev to seek vengeance. Mishnev shoots down the team's helicopter near the Finnish border, then pursues them into the dense Russian forest, shooting Kevin in the leg. Gibbs gets the upper hand on Mishnev during the final battle, shooting and killing him. For some reason, Gibbs lets McGee guide him into an escape vehicle rather than spend the few seconds it would take to go the few yards over to Mishnev's body and double-check that he's dead. It's a blunder that will prove disastrous for one of Gibbs' most important people, and it's a moment that definitely did not go unnoticed by fans. When Gibbs ultimately shoots Sergei, he just gets in the truck with Tony and doesn't make sure Sergei is dead, one Reddit user observed after watching the episode. That's not a good idea. Gibbs had many opportunities to shoot the terrorist, but instead chooses to shoot the individuals that Sergei was with, according to the fan. This Reddit user wasn't alone in being perplexed by the seasoned agent's terrible decision-making, even in the heat of battle. Several users on the same Reddit topic agreed on this Season 12 Gibbs moment. "It's one of the most frustrating things for me," remarked a second Reddit user, who added that when Gibbs is later asked if Mishnev was effectively taken out, he acts like that's the most ludicrous question. Season 12, Episode 11, Check. The next and final poor moment for Gibbs during Season 12 comes in the 11th episode titled Check. A third Reddit user echoed the thread's sentiments, calling Gibbs' error dumb and claiming that he could have saved Diane. The fan is referring to Mishnev's murder of Gibbs' ex-wife Diane in Season 12, Episode 11 titled Check. This Russian bad guy wouldn't have been around to lure Diane to a rooftop and off her if Gibbs had confirmed Mishnev's death in their first confrontation, which again would have taken him a few seconds. When Gibbs locates Mishnev and his men in check, despite being severely outnumbered, he decides to barge in on them without waiting for backup. Gibbs tries to stop Mishnev once and for all with a few violent, rage-filled strikes, but he is immediately knocked down by the henchmen. The team leaders rage as Mishnev escapes yet again due to the agent's incompetence and poor decision-making skills. Mishnev was nasty to Gibbs, but Gibbs did a lot to himself, another Reddit user concluded. These moments are certainly odd and stand out because Gibbs is normally a great agent. However, those are the only standout bad moments Gibbs had throughout Season 12. As per normal, he was a beloved character throughout the entirety of Season 12. Why did Gibbs leave the NCIS cast? Speaking of Gibbs, a big question fans had for the actor: why did he decide to depart from the NCIS franchise last year? In NCIS Season 19, Episode 4, Great Wide Open, Mark Harmon, who plays Special Agent Gibbs, explained why he quit NCIS. Harmon has basically been the face of NCIS since the show's start in 2003, so his departure certainly altered the show's dynamic in the episodes that followed. Despite Gibbs not being an active part of the series, Harmon stated that he will continue to act as an executive producer. Over the course of the show's 18-year run, there have been numerous notable cast exits, but none as big as Harmon's. CBS is no stranger to changing key characters on their shows, but it's unclear how NCIS would do without Agent Gibbs. Harmon's exit happened early in Season 19. The agent's departure was obviously foreshadowed by the team moments that were interwoven throughout the series. In his final episode, we see Gibbs dump his phone inside a coffee mug before leaving, indicating that he knew he wouldn't need it after this case. However, he had no intention of retiring. He had breached the law by ditching the FBI and assisting the hitman in getting to where he intended to die. He had every intention of doing time time for his crime. He even told Parker where he could find him. But after seeing all that Gibbs had done for him, Parker disobeyed instructions to release him, costing him his job. Gibbs chose to stay since he had found peace there. It was the first real feeling of serenity he'd felt since his wife and daughter died, and he wasn't ready to let it go. Harmon was set to leave NCIS after season 18, but he arranged a brief cameo at the start of season 19 to ensure the show's renewal. He's invested in the series' future as a producer and a longtime veteran of the franchise. NCIS had the best chance of being renewed by Gibbs leaving early in a new season rather than at the end of another. This is because NCIS had plenty of time to show that it can maintain a following without Harmon. Although sad to see such a beloved character leave the show after 19 seasons, we bet Harmon was beyond ready to make the move. Will Gibbs ever return to the NCIS team? So, will Gibbs ever return and be a part of the NCIS team once again? Well, Gibbs' decision to retire to the quiet life on the show, rather than die in a spectacular blaze of glory, has left the door open for a possible future comeback. As an executive producer and good friend, Mark continues to be a vital part of the fabric of the show. Showrunner Steve Binder said in a statement posted the night of Harmon's departure, "Our North Star has always been staying true to our characters, and that truth has always guided the stories we tell and where those characters go. So regarding the future of Gibbs, as longtime fans of the show may have noticed over the years, never count Leroy Jethro Gibbs out." Most shocking Gibbs moments from his time within the NCIS team. Now we thought it would be only appropriate to share some of Gibbs' most shocking moments from his time on the show, and there are a lot of them. The first one comes from season 3. Gibbs is seriously injured and in a coma after an explosion aboard a ship in the season's final 2 episodes, Hiatus Part 1 and Hiatus Part 2. The Marine sniper experiences flashbacks to his wounds from Operation Desert Storm while comatose. He also remembers his wife Sharon and their 8-year-old daughter Kelly being murdered. He had no recollection of anything that happened after 1991 when he wakes up. Furthermore, he doesn't even recognize Dr. Ducky Mallard, a longtime friend and colleague. True fans of the show will remember this moment and just how impactful it was to watch play out on screen. Gibbs is a murderer? The next shocking moment comes from season 7. Gibbs assassinated Pedro Hernandez, the guy who murdered his wife and kid, as NCIS fans already knew. During the 3rd season, it was revealed that the sniper was on a mission to assassinate the guy who had murdered his family. It wasn't until season 7 that someone at NCIS realized what was going on. Abby Sayudo realizes that Gibbs is responsible for Pedro Hernandez's killing while researching a cold case. It appeared for a brief time that he would have to confront his wrongdoing and suffer the consequences. Abby, on the other hand, decides not to inform anyone about her findings and keeps Gibbs' secret hidden. Gibbs was shot in the season 12 cliffhanger. Finally, the cliffhanger of season 12 that left us all on the edge of our chairs. Gibbs and his crew are in Iraq in season 12 episode 24 when he becomes separated from them while following a suspicious girl. While the Callings leader, Daniel Budd, is on the phone with Agent Tony Donoso, one of the Callings recruits walks out and shoots Gibbs twice. And with that, the season comes to an abrupt close. To find out what would happen next, fans had to wait until the season 13 premiere. Gibbs was struggling for his life and thinking of past events and traumas when the episode began, but thankfully he makes it out in the end. Gibbs, on the other hand, is a completely different person when he rejoins his NCIS squad. And there you have it, some of the worst moments for Gibbs on season 12 of NCIS. Additionally, we also dived into why he is no longer a part of the series and some of his most shocking times on the show. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.